then I believe that's almost everything except for this. So, okay. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put this huge, somewhat silly bulk packaging for the hard drives. That's what I'm talking about with the hard drives. They put like a styrofoam thing wrapped in bubble wrap, and then they're just literally, that's them. 2 terabyte hard drives. And there's 3 of them. So, there's that there, and then there's going to be these 2 up front. Gonna be the Kronos 240 gig solid state drives, 2 of them. So, here's the thing. I already know that there's probably going to be 1,000,001 experts on the internet that's going to tell me that I'm doing it wrong. And they're probably right. So, this is the hard drive conundrum that I've been trying to do some research on over the last couple of months specifically. Every problem that I think that I would like to have with the hard drives would probably be solved by just backing up my shiznit on, 3 terabyte external hard drive. If I would just back up my stuff on a regular basis, it probably would solve every problem that I might have. But me being me, I want to go to the extreme. So these 3 up here are 3 2 terabyte hard drives. I've been looking into doing some sort of RAID system for this computer. Now, whenever you do RAID, it takes away from some performance. But then you look at RAID controllers, and the problem that I've seen with RAID controllers is every listing is inconsistent. Like, I'll find a listing for a RAID controller on Newegg, and then the listing for what it does will be different on, say, Amazon or Tiger Direct. Like, there'll be 3 different product descriptions as to, like, this RAID controller will do RAID 0, 1, 5, and 10, and then this one will do, and then the next site will say it's 1 and 10 only, and then the next one will say, 1, 5, 6, 10, 50, 60, 100, it's like, there's no consistency. And that's just from the actual people that sell the fucking cards themselves, and they don't even know what it does. Like, it's totally inconsistent. Then you go on to the fan side, where you have to sludge through some fanboy reports, and then there's other inconsistencies with people having problems with that aren't actually the RAID controller's fault, but you try to cut through it all, but then at the end of the day, you get to the fact that a RAID controller, a decent RAID controller, is about the same price as the damn 7970 gigahertz edition. It's about $400, $450 for a decent RAID controller. And then that takes up a PCI slot, which for more often than not probably wouldn't be too big of a concern for myself, but it's just baffling as to why a RAID controller is so expensive, other than the fact that once you get past the fact that it's mostly for a commercial type of computer, mostly server stuff, is what the idea behind the RAID controller would be. Recently on my computer right over here behind the camera, the hard drive died and I didn't back up. Like I said, any problem I might have that could be solved, or maybe not even solved, but helped by RAID, would be solved entirely by me just backing up on a regular basis. But the idea that I'm going to do, and like I said, there's probably 1 million people on the internet that's telling me I'm doing it wrong, and they probably wouldn't be too incorrect. The South Bridge on the motherboard does do RAID for generalized RAID at about half the performance of a RAID card. So my idea is that one solid state drive is going to be a system drive. And it might be this one, that one, I don't know what it's going to end up being. It's whatever I choose in the BIOS when I'm setting it up. But one of them is going to be a systems drive that's going to have Windows on it, it's going to have drivers, and all critical system operations. That's the boot drive, if you will. So that's what that'll be. The other one will, for a lack of a better term, be a temporary drive that will only have, I think the only program that I'm going to install on it will be probably Sony Vegas, the HD Platinum 10 that I have. Probably be the only program, maybe 1 or 2 others, maybe Audacity, but more often than not, this is literally just so that I can put information temporarily onto this drive, process it in Vegas, and then after that, then go to these hard drives up here. 3 2-terabyte drives in RAID 5. Now, RAID 6 and 10 seem to be better. However, they require a minimum of 4 hard drives. And while these hard drives are not that expensive, it is somewhat of a pain in the ass to set up in the long run. So I'm just going to go with RAID 5. For what I'm using it for, it still is overkill. Especially, like I said, anything I do could be solved entirely by backing up on a regular basis. Which is, I'm hopefully going to get into the habit of. It's kind of silly that I, went as long as I did on my old computer. But, like I said, the problem between having like different RAID controllers with different with the Amazon to Newegg to Tiger Direct to everybody else, and everybody has a different description as to what each and every RAID controller does. Like each RAID controller has a different description. It's mind-boggling. It really is. And the fact that they're expensive, they do unquestionably add performance. From what I've seen, they at the very least double your performance when it comes to RAID setup. So just using the motherboard does take away from performance of the computer. However, the theory that I have about it is for all the Intel fanboys out there that are crying and whining and trying to explain to me, oh, it's not all about the cores. 8-core processor, right? So the theory here is that it's supposed to be for multitasking, right? Well, here's one of the multitasks is going to be to keep track of the RAID setup. So that's the theory. We'll see how well it works. It might change, it might not, I don't know. But that's my theory as I've done my research on as of right now. But like I said, it's probably way more than I ever need. Especially, like I said, solving it very easily would just be to back up on a regular basis. So that's the hard drive conundrum that I've been facing for the last couple of months. But, well, only one way to find out how it's going to work out. So that's, I believe, every part. Oh, wait, no, we're 3 more parts. 3 more really quick ones. Let me move these out of the way here. And very quick, very simple. Cold cathode LEDs. Now we've got blue, green, and UV. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be using all 3 or if I'm going to use one or a combination. I don't know yet, but there they are, and I'm going to pretty much experiment for them. This is probably, like I said, one of the last things I'm going to be doing as per the internal components of the computer. I'm probably going to try to figure out where to mount them, and then go from there. I'm going to probably try all 3 different configurations, try the different mounting points, and the whole 9 yards. It just, I don't know yet. But with like I said, you've got the Vegas Duo fan on the Intermax, and then there's these 2 as well. This case is going to be lit up like a freaking Christmas tree. So I don't know if I'm going to end up using all 3 or not, but they're only $8 each. So, I mean, not too big of a loss, really. So, there's that. That, I believe, now is finally the end of the parts list. Let me take one quick look around. Oh, wait, no. I put it off to the side, so I forgot about it. Vengeance K90 keyboard. I believe these are the cherry red switches on this. Yep. Cherry MX Reds. So, keyboard. That is pretty damn awesome. So, that's as it stands right now. The monitor is right here behind as I bump into the camera stand. Asus VN247 H-P. Pretty damn awesome. The reason I went with it is the low, it's like 0.9 centimeters is the size of the bezel all the way around the monitor, and that makes a big noticeable difference. When I finally get desk space, which that project is underway, I'll be able to go triple monitor, which that'll be pretty awesome. But that is for later. I know the case says Crossfire X on it. I only have 1 graphics card. That's for now. That's just to get everything together and running, so that I don't have, there's just less of a chance for something to be broken. So, now it's time to put it together. So, until next time, you guys have yourselves a good day.